Alright, so today is. Let me get this resituated here. Whatever. No matter what I do, I got a light and phone and camera. Whatever. There we go. Alright, so today is. Tuesday? Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. It's currently like 7:45 in the morning. I got off work a little bit early, obviously. Just a little bit because my boss let us today. It was cool. So yeah. So first things first. I've started a second channel. I call it Mr. Overnight FPV. Yeah, it's first person view. It's basically the opposite of this. I even got the second camera because I've been using my Insta360 Go 3 for it. And I haven't been fully liking it because I've been playing it in 1080 and it's totally not a 1080p. 1080 is like so 15 years ago at this point. So I'm upgrading it to a 4K, which 4K will at least give me a lot more details. So yeah. On the midst of that, I also seem to have lost an SD card. The SD card for this, I thought it was in. I did something with it, I swear, because this should be a 256 and this is a 128. So I'm wondering if I never actually had a 256 in here, that I've always had the 128 and I just never realized it. So I don't know. But anyways, I got a rough late start to the day yesterday. Which kind of worked out weirdly. So I accidentally slept in. I mean, accidentally slept in. I slept until 5 and I meant to get up at 4, truth be told. And I'm very confused why my alarm didn't go off. But nonetheless, I'm okay with that. Even though I didn't leave the house till 6:30, got there at got a caffeine, walked the dog, woke up enough, took a shower, got to the gym, and well, at first I thought I was going to be disappointed because Cardio Bunny wasn't there. I was like, whatever. I'm still here. I'm going to get my workout. I don't feel like it, but I'm going to get my workout because I missed 2 days in a row. One with lack of sleep and the other to actually be a rest day. And I woke up late and I was like, fuck it. It's the hell day. I'm not going. But anyways, so I was there today. And I think she noticed me right away, I think. And yeah, I was about finishing up with my last set, which I ended up doing lat rows because I did 3 sets I did chest and back, so I did 3 sets incline, 3 sets of flat bench press, plus the pec deck machine where I also worked on my shoulders. I got that done. Pec deck, shoulder press, and the rest of my shoulders got worked while I did the incline press. I'm gonna walk off camera for a second. But yeah, while that was all going on, she happened to show up, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. I think she noticed. But anyways, she was closer to the outside, or the middle treadmill this time. Middle section. She always goes in the middle section for some reason, usually. And then, or in the very back in the very corner. But I happened to just be like wandering. She was like 2 or 3 in. I happened to be just, well, I was in a good mood. I was jamming out, listening to my music, having a good old time. And, doing my thing. I think she could tell because I was just kind of, lip syncing along, just like having fun. And then I decided to finish out my workout because it was like 7:30, 7:40. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just catch the 8 o'clock bus to work. And so I finished up with the set, and I happened to be walking by, and I turned past her and turned the corner, started turning the corner, and I just happened to notice that she was glaring out at me, so I just kind of brought my head up, and mind you, it was this, she's on the treadmill, and mind you, right back, mind you, you're me at this point, and I just kind of felt the stare, and I see this, and I'm like, and now back to me. Now, mind you, where's my hat? Okay, well, I don't have my hat on. Oh, here. I'm essentially like this. Blinders on. Practically on. You can't... Well, I don't know about the camera. The camera's showing me kind of far away. But, essentially, eyes are down. And I happened to just do this at her because I saw her looking out of the corner of my, out of what little eye line I had. And so I just kind of and she just went from, the whole to straight forward. I was like, that was weird. That was weird. I don't get it, but that was weird. So, that happened. But hopefully I'll be there for quite a while tonight. Hopefully I get sleep. But I have a new camera coming in. It's the DJI Osmo Nano. For the other channel I have started. It is small, discreet. It's about the same size as the Go 3, maybe a little bit bigger. The whole reason I got it is it's got more runtime. Supposedly on the battery, on the camera itself, it's got 2.5 hours of battery life. It's got 4K. And with the charge dock, I guess it'll last a lot longer, and it charges a lot faster. So I opted for that. Got the 64 gig, and sitting in the bedroom is I bought a 512 gig because I couldn't resist the price. It was pretty good. 512 gig micro SD card it ended up being like $49 after my discount. So I ended up buying one of those for it because it also equips that compared to my Go 3, which is 63 gigs. And I know going from 1080 to 4K is going to be a lot more space, so I opted to have that. And so, yeah. But anyways, freight was about normal, but also minimal. It was still 3 pallets of salad by the time I was done with it, but one was double stacked. And it was super weird. I thought it was done early, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And then it turns out when I finally got to the wet wall an hour late after I started, almost an hour, I ended up having to run through the second pallet real fast, which had the rest of the salads that I couldn't figure out where the life of me was. So anyways, I ran through that, and it was a pallet and a half of wet wall, which I ended up making basically 3/4 of, and giving them an Elkhart that they'd left that they're not working of salads. And so I ended up doing that and then running through literally 3/4 the whole berry and out citrus. It ended up being a berry, citrus, and grape palette, which ended up having a full palette of citrus and apples, and I got both of those condensed down into one pallet, plus, it ended up being like 3 or 4 boxes of blackberries left over. That was it. So I ended up leaving them like 2 pallets in the cooler, and then 1 pallet of dry, not including the bananas or potatoes. So I left them like 3 pallets total. Should be easy peasies for them to put away. Mind you, that's after I threw a bunch of the bus because they couldn't figure out who was overstuffing, and they were starting to blame me. And I'm like, bruh, I watched Matt do it, and I even called him out for it, and knowing I was going to get called out, thinking I was the one doing it. So I was like, not happening, not at all. But anyways, I digress nonetheless. So yeah, that happened, and then I got all it done. So all in all, I worked like 10 pallets total. Done on time, done early as usual, left early. So yeah, it's going to be a great day. I have a camera coming in later, and hopefully there's no porch pirates. No porch pirates. That always worries me, especially when it's when it's big, large product or expensive product like that. So yeah, so I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna have some chicken breast and protein pasta for dinner, watch some TV for a minute, then hopefully go to bed. So I don't have much else to say today, so I shall catch you all tomorrow. Later. GoPro, stop recording.